Hi, everybody. Hey, it's Renee Conkey coming to you from Water City Stamping Studio here in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. We are here on a Thursday evening, very unusual evening for me to be on live, but this is what's working out this week. So hopefully you guys can join me today. I'm going to go ahead and share it with the VIS page so you guys can all find me. And I don't look too closely at everything behind me. There's a lot going on there. Okay, good. Let's see. Let's refresh this and see if this will pop up. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of a mess behind me here. Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead and share it with the VIS. There we go. Okay, good. That's working. And we'll get that started. Perfect. All right. So don't look at my box. Hi, Mary Kay. Welcome. Oh, I'm so glad to see you guys. You guys, I know it's been a little time since I've been on live. Hi, Joni. Hope you're having a good time in Oregon. Welcome. Oh, that box is going to drive me crazy here. How about if I go like this? I was kind of trying to tidy up a little bit, and I missed the box, and Tommy was here. I had Tommy this afternoon, and so they just left. I said, you guys gotta leave. I wanted you guys gone by 5:30. Well, it was more like 10 to 6 when they left. Hi, Marcia. Welcome. I'm so glad you guys are here. Thanks for being patient with me while I was not able to be live. That's just the way things are working right now, and I can explain more to you later, at a later date, but lots going on here. Thanks for sharing. I hope you guys are all well. I hope it's nice and summery where you are. We're still a little cool here in northeastern Wisconsin, but you know what? At least the sun is shining and the flowers are blooming and everything is good. So we are here today. We're gonna do our June class to go. And if you were with us the last time I was on, and I think that was just about, it was a little while ago. So the last time we were on, we did those 4 cards one way. And Marcia made a comment using the Pretty Florals stamp set. Actually the suite. And Marcia made a comment, oh, that would be a really nice class. And I thought, yes, it would. I agree, because that was exactly what I was thinking. So we are making that into a class. And so I have 2 more cards to show you for the class. And those cards that we made the other day will be part of it as well. So it'll be kind of really a lot of fun. But before we get started, just a couple things. Hi, Carol. I'm so glad you guys are joining tonight. Before we get started, we do have like an amazing special that's going on right now. And it's going on from June 3rd through, thank you for sharing, through June 30th. Hi, Marianne. And it is our Sweet Sweet sale. And anything that is in a suite in the catalog or in the online exclusives, you buy one, you can get another suite product at 50% off. So that is just like amazing. So you could buy a whole suite and get another suite at 50% off. Or you can buy just one product, 2 products. You can buy 2 bundles and you get one, you pay the full price and then you get the second bundle at 50% off, as long as it's in a suite. Hi, Rita. And as long as it is available. Okay, if it's not available, unfortunately, you can't do it. Now, a couple caveats, and I did send this out in my email. So if you're on my email list, you got all the scoop on that. And I did give you a link for all the suites that were in the Highland that are in our catalog or in online exclusives. And I'll post that. I think I'll post that to the Facebook page tomorrow, all the suites that are available. And then you can pick and choose from all the products, or you can do the whole suite. But a couple things that you want to watch out for. And one is the half price item is always the lower priced item. So if you were to buy a bundle and then you were to buy a roll of ribbon and they're both from the suites, the ribbon is going to be the half price item. Okay. Hi, Judy. So I just want you to be aware of that. And I said in my email, you know, if you have a list of things that you want to get, or you want to get it throughout the month, what I would do is stick with the higher price items together in one order. And then if you're going to stock up on some papers and ribbons and embellishments, put those in a separate order. You're going to get so much more bang for your buck. Hi, Pat. So if there were 2 bundles that you've been looking at, or, you know, 2 suites or 4 bundles, or even the stamp sets, put those in one order and then do a separate order for the ribbons, the papers, the embellishments. And then watch it when you are working with your cart, that even things that are from the last chance list, which are marked down in price, but if they were in a previous suite, they will be the half price item, you know? So watch out for that too, because the last chance list was also updated, so there's more things on that as well. So those are just something to watch out. You know, it's a wonderful, wonderful sale. I don't think we've ever did anything like this, so that's kind of exciting. And you get your stamp and rewards with it too, so that is cool. I don't think we've ever done anything like it. But, you know, they're just, that's usually always the way. Anytime you order the half price item, it's always the less items. So I just want you to be aware of that when you're doing that, so it's not like, oh, well, you know. So anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera down, and we are going to take a look at the June class to go. And this is part of a suite. So if you get one bundle, you can get the other bundle at half price, provided that it's available. Or if you do the add-on of one stamp set, you can get the other stamp set at half price. So we'll go through that all right now. Let me turn the camera down. Let's monkey around with the my fancy dancy camera here. There we go. Let's get it nice and firmly in place. There, so that looks good. Okay, so this is our Pretty Florals, and let's get to the page in the catalog. Let's see, here we go. I got my list. Excuse me. Okay, so the Pretty Florals, I think I'm just going to rise this up just a tinge bit. Thanks for your patience with my camera work here. Blah, 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 right? And, oh, the shadow. The shadow is from my iPhone, so there's not a whole lot I can do about it. But anyway, on page, where does it start? Florals and Blooms Suite Collection on page 40 of your catalog. This is the one that we're going to work with. And if you remember, the last time we were on Facebook Live, we made these really fun cards. This fun card 4 ways, fun fold 4 ways. We did that pretty one with the little paper and the rose, okay? Then we made one using the stamp set and the framelits, and same fun fold. Then we did using the dies from the Pretty Florals, and the same. And then we did one doing a little bit of fussy cutting from the paper. And so those 4 cards will be in the class, okay? And then what you're going to get is you're going to get a full pack of paper. Yes, because you're going to need a full pack of paper, because we're going to use a lot of the paper. I'm going to be showing you other designs that are not necessarily in the class, not today, but you know, in the upcoming week or two, that are not in the class, but using the paper for other projects and things like that. So you're going to want a full pack of paper. So you're going to get a full pack of paper. And then I know so many of you are in my In Color Club and have already gotten these gems. So I am choosing to use the holographic gems. They pick up every color that is in the thing. They look like little drops, dewdrops of water on all this little floral paper. So you're going to get a full pack of the holographic gems and a full pack of paper in the class, plus the products that you need to make 8 cards. There is 3 different designs. Well, you know, it's the same fun fold. You're going to get all the papers to make this fold. And then I have 2 more cards to show you, and you're going to get 2 of each of those. The class is going to be $33 this month, okay? And then you can do the add-ons, all right? And so for the add-ons, let's get to, oh, here, we're right here at the page. You can add on the Pretty Florals bundle, and that is $50.25, okay? And pay no extra shipping or handling and tax. But if you're going to do add on the Sweet Blooms bundle as well, that is $51.25, and you're going to get the Pretty Florals at half price. So the Pretty Florals is only going to cost you $25.13 or something like that, and then this one will be full price. Plus, you pay no shipping or handling and tax. And for most of you, if you're in northeastern Wisconsin, the shipping and handling and tax is 16%, 11% for shipping, 5% for tax. So you don't even have to pay that. So it's a really good deal. This is a great time to get this suite if you, or bundles if you like. Or you can also just add on the stamp set, and the two stamp sets, the Pretty Florals is $19, or the Sweet Blooms is $24. So you'd be paying like $9.50 for the stamp set if you wanted to add it on with my class. And once again, no shipping or handling and tax. So really, really, really awesome time for a class. And just wanted to let you know about that. It is beautiful, and we're going to have fun making a couple more cards here today. There's so many different ideas for this Pretty Florals. Everybody's loving it. It matches all the new in colors. So here are the two stamp sets with the dies, and this is that Sweet Blooms dies, and that's what we used the last time we were on. And they have the standalone dies, and then they have the dies that cut out the florals from the stamp and out of the paper as well. So that is that one. That's that bundle. That is the 50-25 one. And then there is the Sweet Blooms, and the Sweet Blooms is $51.25, and that cuts out lovely, and it cuts out the words bloom, and then it has that background to it. And we're going to be doing that one as well. Hi, Shar. Glad you could join us. So, and this one is $51.25. But like I said, buy one, get one half price. So really good time to do this. And you get, you won't get rewards, but you do get Water City stamping rewards. So all sorts of stuff coming out of the woodwork here. Here is the Designer Series paper. And I know we went over this the last time we were on, but we'll just take a quick little peek. And like I said, you're going to get a full pack, because we're going to use this paper today. This is all I have left. I think I've used 3 packs of this paper. All I have left, and I've used it for the strawberry slush side, but we're going to use it for the Pretty Floral side today. And then you have the hyacinths with the Timid Tiger and Darling Duckling. You have more hyacinths with Granny Apple Green. This is really pretty. We're using this paper today. I don't think we used this the other day. This is beautiful. I love the coloring with the fresh freesia. And then there's the cloud cover. We have that pretty little rose paper with purple, and then the multitude of flowers. And that has, what does that have on the back? Oh yeah, the cloud cover on the back. So you're going to get a full pack of paper. Let's put this off to the side and let's start stamping. Like I said, I have 2 cards to show you tonight. And I kind of am featuring the stamp sets. And here, let's see if we pull this. Let's see if I pull this out here more. Well, we still have the shadow. A little bit. Oh, that's a bad shadow. I don't know. Old houses, new technology, old houses, right? Okay, so let's get started. And let's just stamp. Let's not dwell. I shouldn't dwell on imperfections. Okay, so the first card, I love this card, you guys. This is the one I featured in the little Facebook Live, little promo here. And we're going to just do a very simple card. Look how pretty that is. It's just so soft and delicate. So let's go ahead and make this card. I'm going to show you how I did it. Okay, we are using Basic Beige, And the basic beige is 4 1/4 by 11. I have a piece of basic white for the inside of the card, 4 by 5 1/4. I have a piece of fresh freesia, and fresh freesia is not a new in color, but that's, you know, there's a lot of colors. Hi, Jane. Hi, Debbie. There are a lot of other colors that are in here. So that measures, where did this little guy come from? That measures 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. Okay, so that's one of those very thin layers. Then we have the pretty little paper that's going to go on top of it, and that is 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, and then I have a piece of basic white, and the basic white is, hi Sherry, the basic white is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. Okay, 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. Yes. All right, and so we're just going to go ahead and get started. Well, let's put our card together and then we'll do our stamping. How about that? Let me get my paper trimmer. We had a team event this weekend. We did a shoebox swap. Oh, we had a nice time, but everything is still all picked up. So just got to dig it out of my bag here. And we will score that at 5 1/2. So it's just a regular standard card. And I don't think I'm going to need this anymore. So let's go ahead and put that down. We'll add some adhesive to our paper. Add that guy onto there with that skinny mini little border here. And basic beige is my go-to color. And we'll just put that on here. Okay, so the main part of the card is done, and then we just need our pieces for stamping. So we are going to, I'm going to put that off to the side right now. And we have that. Let's see, we are going to use, for our stamps, we are going to use this stamp right here with this and this little guy right here. So we're going to use those three. And of course I have other samples that I'll show you after here. And let's see, I just need to find what I need. I have every single, I've been stamping like crazy. So I have every single stamp on a block here. Okay, so we will use that, and let's get some Granny Apple Green, and we will use Fresh Freesia. Okay, and this was really kind of an interesting and kind of a neat little thing that happened when I stamped, and I'm not sure if I can relive it, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a piece of basic white. Let's just use a scrappy piece of basic white to do my stamping off. And because all of this is going to be stamped off, you want it, you know, the words have to show up. So we want to stamp it really nice and light and just soft and very ethereal kind of floral. So we are going to ink this up and stamp it off. And I'll tell you why I'm stamping it off on my paper. Stamp off. And we'll stamp that a little bit lower and then ink it up and stamp it off. And I'm not sure that it'll work like it did yesterday, but it was so pretty. Okay, now we'll put that off to the side and let's get out our Fresh Freesia. And same thing. Now this will fit, the three little flowers will fit right on the three little areas to hold the flowers, the little, not the stamens, I don't know, whatever connects the flower to the plant, the greens. Okay, so I'm going to stamp it off, and then I'm just going to stamp it right on where I had the green, and I'm going to see if I can reconnect that. No, not as much as it did yesterday, but it's really nice and soft. The other day, and I'll tell you, let me just do this. It's really kind of neat. And so stamp it off. And then we will get the detail stamp, okay? And usually the detail I leave darker, but not this time. I'm gonna stamp that off too, and it's just gonna be just really very soft, just real light. So we'll stamp it off. Usually we have it nice and dark and detailed, but not this time, okay? All right, so we have that. Now we are ready for our Let Joy Bloom, okay? And now this stamping came from the Pretty Florals. The Let Joy Bloom comes from the sister set, Sweet Bloom. So we have Let Joy Bloom. You can say bloom where you are planted. Let's see. You can say hello lovely. You can say it's a lovely day, have a lovely day. You can say a multitude of things with this stamp set. But we are going to say Let Joy Bloom, just because I like that. First of all, I like the name, I like the word joy. And we're going to start with our bloom first. Now I'm using both words, and my stamps have been being used, so I'm going to use both blocks here. Put this off to the side because we don't need to stamp off. Ink this bad boy up, and actually we could just go like this. Make sure that it's nice and inked. So I'm going to put my words bloom first. Okay, and it's because we want it nice and dark. We will put that right over. I want it nice and straight too. Right over the flowers. There. Oh, that turned out good. See how pretty that is? Okay, and then I have to find my Let Joy. Okay, and we will put that right up here. And hopefully it's straight, and it is, so yay for that. And if it wasn't, I have a solution for that too. So that is going to go on our front of our card, but I do need to do a little stamping right here. So let me see if I can reenact what I was wanting to tell you. Okay, let's try this. So I want to show you this because I just thought it was kind of a cool, and it was just a cool little mistake actually. Nope, that's not it. Hang on, you know what I'm going to use? This is what I used. So just give me 1 second, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I do have rhyme and reason here. I'm going to take off the cardboard off of my work pad here. Okay, so let's make this look a little tidy. I just ripped off the cardboard off of my grid paper because that's what I was working on. Do you guys ever get it when you're stamping? And hi Gian, when you're stamping and you got like this much space and you don't have any work pad underneath you. So I just grabbed this piece of cardboard which was lying around. It was just the leftover from the work pad. And anyway, so I did my stamping off on it, and look at if you can notice this on my original, how there's a little bit of green. So I stamped off on the cardboard and it must not have soaked in. So a little bit of green got picked up into the, hi Judy, got picked up into the flower, and I really, really like it. It made such an interesting color. So I thought, oh, maybe I can do that if I stamped off on the white. Well, that didn't work because you can see that's what I tried to do and it didn't pick it up. So let's do it for the inside of my card. You know, I hope you're kind of following what I'm saying. But let's see. So we're going to stamp it off on the cardboard, and we'll just put a little, because we want a little bit of flower on the inside. And let's see. I'm going to do it a couple times. Let's add some green onto this cardboard. Maybe, you know. Does this make any sense? Okay, so I'm going to stamp it off right on the green, and let's see if it picked up that green from the cardboard. Oh, a little bit. You can kind of see, and it gave it just such an interesting color combination. So if you have a piece of grid paper, or you had some cardboard or something that's maybe a little bit smoother and you want to reenact that, that's how I did that. I don't know if it kind of makes sense, but I just thought it was so cool. All right, so once again, ink this up. We'll stamp it off. Just put that on the inside. There. Yes, I'm going to show you the difference here. I really like it. So here's just normal. And here's with that little bit of touch of green, and I'm not sure if it comes across. Hi, Dawn. I'm not sure if it comes across on the camera or not, but that was just my thought. So anyway, whatever. Neither here nor there. Let's finish putting the card together. It's an easy card, and it just matches so beautifully. Let's get some dimensionals out. Now, this one I forgot to tell you. Okay, with the first 4 cards that we made the other day, we used a stamp set, and that was called Blooming Phrases. Blooming Phrases is not part of a suite, and it's not part of that suite. It's just a stamp set. Gosh, I think it's an online exclusive. Okay, so just if you were wondering where that is located, it's an online exclusive. So we'll just put that right on there, and then we'll put this on the inside. Let Joy Bloom, and it can be a congratulations card, graduation. It can be an anniversary. I mean, joy can be part of anything. It can be a birthday. So this is kind of just an all-encompassing card. Oh, we need some hologramic gems. Let's see. Do I have anything to put them on with? Yes. Okay, I'm just going to take a couple. Oopsie. And I'm just going to put a couple right down here. There's a lot of gems on this. And if you recall, I even said like last week, you can even color them with your blends, and it'll pick up the colors. So they're just really very, very pretty. So there is our Let Joy Bloom card. So that is that. Here's my original, where it's got a little bit more of the green and the purple. I thought it was kind of cool. So get some cardboard out. Here are some other ones that I made doing that same technique. And I thought they were just really pretty. So you're going to get 2 of these cards. Here is just using that strawberry slushy paper, that one I told you, and doing the hyacinths, and it just says bloom where you are planted. I thought that was really, really pretty. And once again, you're going to want to do all these. Everything was done stamped off. Okay, and the hyacinths, I didn't even put the second, oh, thank you. The hyacinths, I didn't even put the second detailed layer on it. I didn't think they need it. They just looked really, really pretty. There's your little hyacinths on the inside. I just think that's lovely. And then this one, I did the lovely, you know, because you have the bloom or it's a lovely day. And so I did the lovely, and I goofed up the word day. It's all very, very crooked. So you can just, if you do something like that, you got all your stamping done, just cut out the word. And just cut out the word. Added my holographic gems. Got some more hyacinths on the inside. And I just think it's just a really pretty, very, like I said, very soft, very ethereal card. So that is one of the cards that's in the kit. All right. And then I have a gift card holder for you today. And like I said, this is you cutting out the words. Okay. So what you're going to need for this next one is, this is Cloud Cover. My next go-to color, of course, and it's 4 1/4 by 11. I have a piece of white, 3 1/4 by 4. I have 3 pieces of the Designer Series paper, and you can do any of the design. You can do this in any of the papers, but once again, this is 3 1/4 by 4, so it's the same size as the white. And then I have 2 pieces. And they are 1 3/4 by 4. And then I also have, and you'll get this in your kit, you'll get a little 3x6 piece here. And this is the paper that I believe it's an online exclusive. Oh my God, you guys, you would think I would know this stuff, right? And it is called Flower Garden Foils. And it is foil that comes in Strawberry Slush. It comes in Pretty and Pink. And then you're getting like, there's like 2 different patterns. There's a floral pattern and a plaid pattern. And then there is also cloud cover. So it's really kind of cool to use it. And we're gonna use it to cut out the words. Just trying to get that last pattern out here. So what you get in your kit, you might get the Pretty and Pink and the cloud cover. Everybody will get one in cloud cover, and then you'll get one in pink. Yours might be floral, yours might be plaid. You know, you're just going to get a couple pieces to cut out your words, and it is really very cool. So let me show you the card that we're going to make. So this, and like I said, I did it in 3x6. It doesn't really need that whole big piece, so we'll talk more about it later with the words. It depends on which word you're using also. So let's go ahead and put the card together. Like I said, it's a gift card holder. And boy, I would have thought I would have a gift card here, but I guess I don't. But you'll see. We all know what gift cards look like, I guess. All right, my paper trimmer. All right, and you're going to score this 4 1/4 by 11. You're going to score it at 2 and at 4 1/4. Nope, you're going to score it at 2 and at 5 1/2. My bad. 5 1/2. These are both really easy cards tonight. But we need easy cards. They can't always be, you know, so complicated, right? Okay, fold it in half. Bone folder. And then this little piece is going to get folded inwards. Bone folder. And we need a little bit of tear and tape to start out with, because this is going to be our pocket. Oh, we're not going to start out with that. That's wrong, Renee. That's going to be our pocket. So we can just start putting our papers on. And one of these papers are going to go right here on the inside. And then we are going to have the basic white on the inside too. You can do your stamping if you wish. I'm not going to stamp on the inside today. You can do, you know, whatever you wish. Okay, so we can just go ahead and attach that. Just leaving that little usual 1/8 kind of inch border. Okay, we will add our white. And this one I kind of gear it towards the edge. So it is going to have a little bit more space right here than just that space around the edge, but that's okay because we're going to add ribbon to that. All right, then we can just add this piece right onto that folded in guy. Okay, and we need a punch. Any old punch will do. We are just going to cut a little tab. I'm just using a little circle punch. Anything will do, just so you cut your tab for your gift card, so your gift card can be easily taken in and out of. Okay, and we'll just put a little tear and tape to hold our gift card. You know, this would be a great graduation card, because either it's a lovely day or Let Joy Bloom is great for graduation. Bloom where you are planted is great for graduation. Have a lovely day. Hello, lovely, you know. And then put your gift card in there, or even cash. That always works out well. So we'll just got the 2 little tear and tapes, and now you can just pop that over, and then your little gift card. Let's say, for example, that this was a gift card. You know, he would just tuck right in like that and fit just perfectly. Okay, so just like that. It doesn't match, but that's okay. We'll just go with the flow. Okay, turn this over. And we will add that 3 1/4 by 4 piece right here. And you know what? If you are being very precise, that's okay. You could cut it so it matches. It doesn't have to because we're going to break it up with ribbon. And I'm using the new In Color ribbon, Timid Tiger, just to kind of, you know, at first I was just going to use cloud cover. And I thought, Renee, that's boring. You're being boring. Get some color in here. Look at that Timid Tiger ribbon. Isn't this a pretty orange? It's like a dreamsicle orange. So anyway, just take a strand of that. And the Timid Tiger would go with any of the cards. So you'll get a strand of Timid Tiger. You're also going to get a little strand of Strawberry Slush ribbon to do your cards, because that's kind of the most prominent colors in this color packet, and that'll go with everything. So we're going to gear our 2 gift cards between, you know, with the cloud cover and so we'll just tie this and we'll get it nice and tight. There. And trim that down. See, doesn't that orange just really kind of set it off? I need a little glue dot to kind of hold the knot in place. There. And then when you add that little glue dot to it, it just kind of holds it in place and it just doesn't look like it's moving around at all. So there is your card. Now let's do a little embellishing. And so what I wanted to do is, because I really wanted to cut out the words, and I made one using Bloom, and then I also made Have a Lovely Day. So let's do the Have a Lovely Day, and we're going to get the dies out, and we will cut using this lovely, and then we want the background lovely. And this wide open one is like the background piece, and then the this one is the detailed. This is the actual word. So it kind of gives you a little, you know, base to it. And you can do it in cloud cover and cloud cover, and I think that's what we'll do. You know what? I'm going back and forth. Nope, I think we're going to stick with the cloud cover. And I will explain to you my reasoning why. So I'm just going to get a scrap piece of cloud cover. And let's see, we have to cut out the background word. So, and I'm going to just do it in my little Stampin' Cut. So let's get that out. Oh, hi, Sherry. Hi, Joan. Hi, Chris. Oh, I'm so glad you guys could join. And yes, please do watch the replay. Yeah. You know, the beauty of Facebook Live is that you can just watch it at any time for 30 days. I've been getting, my YouTube channel is growing slowly but surely. Guys, I am not this wonderful kind of demonstrator that is so tech savvy. But I'm putting it on YouTube, so it's there, and it's there for the classes, and we're getting it done. So anyway, this is what I have going right now. I have that outline piece for Lovely, and I just have it on a 3 by, I don't know, it's got to be at least 4.5 or so piece of, just a scrap piece of cloud cover, and we're just going to roll that through. A little mini guy here. All right, and we don't want to go too far with that. So, and that is what you get. So it's not, the words aren't punched out. It's just the background piece for your actual words that are going to be punched out, okay? And so that one, you're going to switch your die and you're going to use the detailed one. And that one, we're going to use that pretty little foiled paper, all right? And then we are also going to add it to some, not that, some foam adhesive sheets, okay? These are found in the Stampin' Up! Catalog, in the main catalog. They're called foam adhesive sheets. You get 5 sheets. I think they measure 4.5 by 4.5, and I don't know. I guess I'm not really sure how much they cost right offhand. And so I am just going to cut my piece. And you can put this whole piece and then use it for something else. But I just am going to cut basically how big the word is. And then I'm going to stick it onto my paper. All right. So we'll peel off one thing. The foil is going to go to the top. And so I'll just put this on the back. Stick that onto the back. And the foil, you want the foil side up at the top for the words to cut out. All right. Get your Stampin' Cut. Here, we can just trim that down too. Just makes life easier, then you know where your words are going to go. We'll add that right onto here. There. It should fit. I thought, didn't I measure that out correctly? Renee, what do I do sometimes? Sometimes I perplex myself while I cut it a little bit short, but that's okay. This will be good. Okay. And I think I'm just going to get a piece of adhesive and just to hold it in place. Just like a little piece of, don't cut it so close like I did. That's kind of not very smart of me, but that's kind of what I do sometimes. And then it'll go through just like that. Okay. Put that little sandwich together. It's going to work, but sometimes I just cut things too close, and especially when I'm talking. We'll just roll this through. Hang on. It's a little thick, but it goes through just fine. It is made to go through that. Close that up. We'll put this stuff away. Let's take this off. Okay, and then I just peel this off. Oh, I did miss my little bit of a lovely, but I'm not going to worry about that. You'll see what the real one looks like anyway. So then you can just pop this out. See, why do I do things like this? I don't know. So anyway, I am just going to, like peel this off carefully around it. And we'll get this off. And then there's all those little pieces that spell out the word, all the little detail. Those do have to come out. So you want your paper piercer. Okay. Put that off to the side. So like this guy has to come out. And honestly, there's no rhyme or reason how I do this. I mean, I'm sure there's other people that have it very carefully. I just do it. Just take that little thing out. The little insert for the E. The O has a little thing in it. There's another little thing right here. There's a lot of little detail things that pop out. And then the L. Okay. All those little guys have to come out. Okay, we'll put our words back here. And then take that off carefully. Oh, mine stuck to the paper. And then I just start layering it on there. doesn't even matter that I missed a little bit of the top of the L. No one would ever know it, except for you and me. And I'll just kind of fit these words right on here. And you have that nice little base to kind of highlight your words. But I think it just looks so cool when you put it on foam mounting adhesive sheets. It just gives your card so much more texture. It just kind of pops out. It becomes just really kind of, you know, much more 3D. I mean, it looks beautiful if you would just do it, you know, just cut it out without the foam mounting, but it looks really cool when you have the foam mounting in there. Okay, so what we're going to do is this is just going to go right on, and you know, it doesn't get lost in the pattern. And I was a little bit worried by putting just the words right on that pretty pattern paper, but when you pop it up and you have texture to it, it doesn't get lost. So we will just add it with a little bit of glue, and then we will add the rest of our sentiment. Oh, I have to sneeze. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. Sorry. There. Okay. So put your lovely, and especially the words lovely. The word lovely is much bigger than the word bloom. Okay, so you really want to place that one on there. Let's tuck that bow in there. Okay, so we will put that off on a diagonal and just kind of plant it on there. And then we'll let that sit. Okay, and then I'm going to have a and day. Have a day. So usually have a lovely day. Okay, and just some scrap white. All right, and let's get out our secret C. Just because there's a little secret C, we have our cloud cover taken care of. You could do it, but we already have a little bit of the Timid Tiger. So let's do our words. I like the words a little bit darker. So let's do it in secret C. Right. And I am just going to hand cut that out. Because when you're doing that little bit of, you know, adding those little hand cut words, just do it by hand. You know, I know there's some of you that will probably use your paper trimmer and be very precise. And I just do it kind of like that, you know, just that hand cut piecing look. So we will just cut the word out, day. And if you goof it up, it's a scrap. You can always do it again. Doesn't have to be perfect that way. Doesn't have to be super even. But it's really going to then just help it stand out. So we will just trim that down. And get a couple dimensionals. Have a lovely day. And then you don't have to worry about stamping it straight. And there you have it. Have a lovely day. And there's your little gift card on the inside. You can put your greeting. You can put a happy birthday greeting on it, or, you know, anniversary, happy anniversary, or anything. Oh, good, Marsha. I'm so glad. I know. I think so too. Here is, well, that's the one I didn't cut off the L. So, but it looks exactly the same. We're going to add a few little gems though. Let's get our little holly. These are so pretty. They just look like little, like I said, I feel like they look like little dewdrops with these flowers. And then they kind of pick up any color that you're working with. Oh, I'll just add that on there. And you get a lot of them. I like that. So this is that. And, oh, I showed you that was my original, so it looks, you don't even know the L, but, you know, make sure you don't cut your, you know, you're getting a full 3x6 piece. And so I guess I was just kind of being kind of whatever. Anyway, here is the strawberry slushy one in Let Joy Bloom. Isn't that pretty too? So all of these papers would be really, really pretty doing this little gift card holder, you know, and adding the bloom. And the bloom, this one I actually did with a white base. Okay, so for the word bloom, I used just classic white or basic white, and then I used, you know, the little strawberry slushy paper or the little foil for the bloom. And I thought, oh, that just gives it a little bit of shine and just helps it really stand out. So here, let's see, did I have another? I did. I think that was it. So here are the cards that'll be in your class. Okay, you'll make 2 of these. You will make, so you'll make 1 of each of these. Here, let's clear this all off. Make that look a little tidier. Okay, and then you're going to get one that and that, but this one, I like this one better because it had a little bit of green in it. So pretty this, I mean, and then you can just, you're going to have a full pack of paper, so you can just keep on going. And then we have our cards from the other day. Like I said, though, this is the blooming phrases. This is not part of the class. These are made with the dies that are from the Pretty Florals. So this is the Sweet Blooms right here with the, excuse me, just so you know, with the words. So that's the Sweet Blooms with the words. And then this one is the one that we use the Pretty Florals and with the Pretty Floral dies, if you recall. And if you don't remember, if you didn't get a chance to see it, watch my last Facebook Live and I'll show you how we made that guy. So that was one of the cards. And then we did this with the Pretty Florals. And so you're going to get 2 strawberry slushy and 2 of the cloud cover for that. So you're going to get the 8 cards, full pack of paper, the holographic gems for $33. And then you can add on the Pretty Florals for, I think it was $50.25, or the Sweet Blooms for $51.25, and pay no additional shipping or handling or tax. And don't forget our buy one, get one. So if you wanted to do both bundles, you're going to pay for one and you're going to get the other one at half price. So we've never had that before. It's really kind of a great deal this time. And you can just even do the stamps, because you really kind of need the stamps for this class because they're just so beautiful. And I know you probably think, oh, I don't need any more flowers, but if you just did the stamps, they're really pretty. But anyway, that's up to you. Totally up to you. You can email me or message me. Let me know if you would like to do this class. I am going to keep it open for, let's see, we'll keep it open for about 10 days. So mid-June, we'll keep it open till mid-June. I don't have my calendar right in front of me. I apologize. And then we'll get it out towards the end of June, get everything ordered. So but let me know as soon as you can, just in case you want the stamp sets or the bundles before, you know, if they go unavailable, because then I can't get them. But anyway, stamp sets should be easier anyway to get than the dies once they go unavailable. So, and that goes with everything from the sale. If you would just like to order from the sale, you can do that. Just go to reneeconkey.stampinup.net and you can order anything from the suites and buy one, get one at half off. So all through the month of June. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for your patience with me when I pop on. I really, really appreciate it. You'll understand more soon. But it's just the way the life works right now. And I know you guys all have we all kind of have things going in at 50 million directions. So I appreciate your patience and I'm glad you could join me tonight. I will be back next week. Not sure when, but I'll be back. So you guys take care. Have a wonderful weekend. And Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you soon. Thanks again. Bye.